listening to the Rural Remix podcast feed, your source for deeper, richer stories about life in rural places. Welcome to Living Traditions. I'm your host, Nicole Musgrave, and I'm excited to introduce this new project of the Center for Rural Strategies. Living Traditions is a storytelling project about folk life in Central Appalachia. In this series, we'll bring you an assortment of stories about traditional cultural practices, both time-honored and emergent. From basket weaving and hip-hop music to drag performances and seed saving. We'll spotlight the people and communities in Central Appalachia who sustain these living traditions. Our first story is just in time for Easter. For Christians around the world, the lead up to Easter is a time of fasting. Lent is an opportunity to give up your vices and turn your thoughts to God. But for many churches in Appalachia, this time is less about abstaining and more about creating some of the richest, most delicious candies: chocolate Easter eggs. Reporter Zach Harold brings us this story from Clarksburg, West Virginia.
When Pastor John Langenstein found out he had been assigned to Northview United Methodist Church in Clarksburg, West Virginia, everyone he talked to had the same response.
Oh, you're going to the egg church. Didn't matter who I was talking to. Oh, you're going to the egg church. And I said, okay, well, that'll be interesting. And then, oh, you're not ready.
John knew all about hard-boiled Easter eggs and plastic Easter eggs and the candy versions from Cadbury and Reese's. But the eggs for which Northview was famous were something much more special. Shiny chocolate Easter eggs decorated with delicate sugar flower petals, available in 3 generous sizes and 6 flavors: coconut, cherry nut, maple nut, solid chocolate, peanut butter, and Butterfinger. Every single one is handmade in Northview's basement, just like they have been for nearly 3 decades. And while Pastor John might run the show upstairs in the sanctuary, down here, he's just another volunteer. The kitchen is Serena Ashcraft's domain.
The molds are double-coated. Yep, and ready to go. We'll put filling in them. And we're doing maple nut this morning.
Serena and fellow member Janet Shanholz run the Egg Brigade. Serena in the daytime, Janet with the evening crew. Together, they order supplies, organize sales, and manage 5 shifts of volunteers each week.
We do a Monday, Tuesday, morning and evening, and then a Saturday.
That's necessary because of the huge quantity of eggs Northview cranks out in a typical year.
Oh my gosh, Nadine, how many do we make?
Oh, it's between 6,000 and 8,000.
Yeah.
That's Nadine Holt, you heard in the background. She's in charge of mixing the fillings for those 6,000 to 8,000 eggs.
She's 84 years old.
87!
87? Oh my gosh, that even makes it more awesome.
Nadine has held this job since the very first Easter egg sale at Northview in 1997.
The people are dead now that I started with, and they just said, we're going to do Easter eggs. They you want to help? And I said, sure. Here I am.
The origins of the church-made chocolate Easter egg are kind of hazy, but these delicacies appear to have first shown up in the mid-20th century in central Pennsylvania. Today, the eggs seem to be largely a central Appalachian phenomenon, showing up in Pennsylvania as well as Ohio, Kentucky, Virginia, North Carolina, and, of course, West Virginia. The history of Northview's eggs is easier to track. In the late 90s, church member Ruth Jamote helped out with an egg fundraiser at nearby Bridgeport High School, which gave Northview's pastor at the time an idea.
And he said, you could do that for the church too, couldn't you? And so the recipes were copied down. These are the same recipes we've been using for 26 years.
The church did add a new flavor a few years into the sale, and it's now a customer favorite: Butterfinger eggs.
And you'll be surprised what it is. It's peanut butter and candy corn melted. Candy corn melted in the microwave and peanut butter.
The day after Halloween, we get a call from Serena, and she says, y'all better be out there. It's $1 today for a big bag, and we get all we can.
The recipes are typed out on a well-worn, stained sheet of copy paper. But Nadine doesn't need that. She knows all the recipes by heart, like the maple nut filling she's making today in her well-worn KitchenAid stand mixer.
2 sticks of oleo, a half a cup of water and 4 teaspoons of maple flavoring and 2 cups of chopped walnuts. Now I chopped all these nuts at home because we don't have time to chop them here and work.
Nadine makes sure the doughy filling is the perfect consistency. Not too sticky, not too dry.
See how it sort of winds up around the beater? It's pretty well much ready to come off.
Once the filling is ready, volunteers will ball it up and stuff it into the chocolate-coated egg molds. After the eggs are filled, they get one final layer of melted chocolate across the bottom to seal everything up. It looks easy, but the folks at Northview say this is actually the trickiest part of the whole process. Too little coating, and the filling will dry out and get crumbly. Too much on the bottom, and the egg will be difficult to remove from the mold, potentially ruining the whole thing. To do it right takes lots of practice, a steady hand, and the help of a secret weapon: Northview's collection of vintage 1970s hot plates.
So these pictures are from the 1997 season, I think. And you can see the exact same hot plates being used there.
Except they still had
Still had paint at the time. Without trying, when this fundraiser was put together, these hot plates keep it at the temperature where the chocolate tempers.
Tempering is a delicate process where chocolate is heated to right around 110 degrees Fahrenheit before cooling. This stabilizes the crystals in the cocoa butter, creating that shiny, smooth, and shelf-stable look that you see in commercially made candies.
We've just not found anything as good as these 1970 whatever hot plates.
Now stuffed and coated, the eggs go into a freezer to set up. After 20 to 30 minutes, they're ready to come out and receive the finishing touch: a tiny handmade flour made from egg whites and more powdered sugar. Church member Andrea Foselair makes them at home on wax paper.
She starts before Christmas on these.
She had 6,000 different flours ready by the end of the year, and then she's probably going to make another 1,000 before we're done.
Completed eggs go just across the hall to a storage room.
Yeah, let's take you to the egg room. Yeah. This is a sacred spot, locked up all year just in preparation for when it can be filled. So we have 5 shelves here. They will all be filled completely by the end of the season.
This is where the eggs get packaged and labeled, ready to go to local beauty parlors, tire shops, and car dealerships. These local small businesses sell the eggs and collect the money for the church. $3 for babies, which are about the size of a Reese's egg, $7 for a half-pound medium egg, and $9 for a full-pound large egg, which looks like something a chocolate emu might lay. Northview also sets up its own sales around town.
We go to the courthouse, the mall.
They set us up last year they set us up down by Hallmark, and Hallmark didn't want us down there because we were competition to them.
They put us next to the Easter Bunny, which was the best place we could have possibly been.
And Northview eggs are renowned well beyond the Clarksburg area.
I'll go to a meeting, for something up in Wheeling or down in Charleston, and somebody will say, "Oh, is it egg season? Medium cherry nut, small coconut. Make the medium a white chocolate. I want milk chocolate for the other." I mean, people are ready. They have their order. Sometimes before they say hello, "Here's my order. Go and get it in."
The church also ships eggs all across the country. The sale generates tens of thousands of dollars for the congregation each year. Money they've used to purchase everything from new carpet to a new organ. But Pastor John says the biggest benefit of Northview's annual egg campaign is the way it brings his congregation together.
Yeah, Easter is a long season here. And this, one of the best parts of this whole process, other than the fact that, obviously it helps support the work of the church, is it's just fun. For as much work as it is and as much as a taskmaster Serena can be, we get,
We laugh, we joke. Yeah.
We got people from, all generations coming in. Last year, our youngest person helping out with eggs was 6 years old. And our oldest was, I think you win that, Nadine, 87.
I'm sure Pastor John.
That's the kind of legacy that will outlive even a 1970s hot plate. For the Center for Rural Strategies, I'm Zach Harold in Clarksburg, West Virginia.
been listening to Living Traditions on the Rural Remix podcast feed. Music on today's episode is from Sarah Kate Morgan. Living Traditions is a production of the Center for Rural Strategies. Thanks so much for listening.